Hey, Julie Sams here with Bowman Family Services. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor supervisor with over 25 years of counseling experience. Here today to discuss with you the difference between flight or fight or your true natural instinct. I'm going to tell the difference between your flight or fight and your true natural instinct is very, very challenging thing to do. So I wrote a book called You Can Be Worry-Free, 17 Steps to Free Yourself from Anxiety, more geared towards like pre-adolescents, adolescent age kids, but really does kind of walk things through at more of an elementary level about what anxiety is and some different strategies and things to do to help with it. One of the things that I think is critical with anxiety is understanding what happens with your flight or fight response. So when we are faced with a stimuli or something that is anxiety provoking, like in ancient times we're presented with a tiger or bear or somebody comes after us, our flight or fight engages. It's our part of our brain that is our amygdala that sends signals to our body to let us know to get out of town, like go, run. Like it sends signals to our extremities so that we will be able to run. It sends information to our digestive system to stop, really stop processing things that are happening in our digestive system. And the reason that it does this is to protect, right? To protect us and save us. What happens over time is we have traumatic events and things that come up in our life, and over time our body tends to have that reaction when really it's a stimuli that we don't need to be having that reaction to, like going to school or going to the grocery store. So when you go to school and your flight or fight is engaged, you can feel that level of anxiety come on, right? That is your body saying, no, get the heck out of here, I don't need to be here, right? Well, over time, when we have like really stressful things, maybe a lot of arguing and stuff going on at home, maybe fighting, maybe, sexual traumas, physical trauma, any kind, life events, fires, ambulance, doctors, dentist appointments, things that have happened in your life that are traumatic, they trigger that response, right? Because it's trying to keep us like well and safe. So learning to identify the difference is what's really, really important. So that feeling when that anxiety comes up, right? You can feel that flight or fight come up. So let's say a lot of times kids get this going to school. You're going into school, you can feel it. Your stomach starts to hurt before you go on your way to school, or your hands start to sweat, or you just start to feel these physical symptoms. So your body thinks that it's a dangerous situation at school, but it's really not. So it's really just your body has trained yourself to think that should be something that we should look out for. So pay attention. I think journaling and writing down, or having your kids to journal and write down when it comes up. When does my flight or fight engage? When am I feeling that high level of anxiety? And trying to distinguish when it's actually your true gut instinct or it's, like just that trained biological response where there's anxiety that you don't really need to be threatened in that situation. So you can call it good anxiety when, let's say, you're walking, alone and somebody comes near you that doesn't feel safe, right? Our amygdala sends signals to our body to respond to that, and that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Maybe you meet people that are trying to take advantage of you in some way, financially or whatever, or they're doing something that you don't like. You have this natural instinct, this is not healthy, or this person is not responding in a way that I want, and your body tells you that, right? So that's your instinct. So learning to listen to that instinct and learning to tell the difference of when that flight or fight comes on, when you don't really need to have it, like, oh, you're safe in this situation, you don't really need to be responding this way. So the doctor or dentist, let's take that for example. If we've had a bad experience, which I know I have to go, so I have to in my head like try to tell myself calm things in order for me to be able to get to the dentist so that I can get things done that I need to get done. So it's learning how to have those conversations with yourself, like, you got this, Julie, this is a safe situation. But really also being able to pay attention to your true instinct for situations that are not safe. Journaling and writing about these experiences and practicing and training yourself when you have anxiety come up in your head, and let's say you're on your way to a doctor's appointment and you don't need to be freaking out, working to tell yourself, this is a safe situation. Your body's trying to tell you something that's not accurate, right? This is inaccurate information that your thoughts are telling your body. So keep working with that process to try to combat when those thoughts come in. You can kind of keep combating them, but trusting yourself in those situations that that come up, that are instances that you should be listening to yourself, right? Those are instances where your gut is really telling you something, and those are important cues to pay attention to and trust within your own self. So really the more you work to combat that anxiety, the clearer your intuition and your gut will be for situations, because you're not going to be distracted by that flight or fight going off when it doesn't need to be, right? So, continue to do deep breathing exercises and stuff, to calm yourself when you're going into situations like that do cause anxiety, will keep, lowering that level of anxiety so that your intuition will be stronger, right? So that you can really, really trust your intuition, which you should. Our biological responses are here for a reason, and they're here to keep us safe. Anxiety gets us on a different track, right? It's not really trying to keep us safe. It's a trained reaction from past events and things that have happened. So keep working with yourself, try and process that, trying to keep combating when those anxiety thoughts come in so that you're then able to trust your intuition more. Thanks for watching. Love and namaste.